Here we have two knives. This is stainless steel. Well, this is M005, Mike Kennedy speaking. This is what happens when you have a stainless steel knife and you let it get wet and you put it back in your sheath. Okay? Here's what happens to a carbon steel knife when you put it back in your sheath and forget about it and it's wet. You get rust. Let's look. We'll get closer in on this. So of course we want to get rid of this rust. Fortunately, it's got down to the edge here and everything. I'm going to use my Dremel tool and try to kind of polish the rust off. Now then someone would say, well gee, why don't you always have stainless steel, then you won't have that problem. Well, stainless steel is very tough, but if it gets dull it's very hard to sharpen. High carbon steel, while it can rust if you don't take care of it, which you should take care of it, is very easy to resharpen in the field. So let's see what we can do. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I've got the wire brush on here. We'll see what that does. So there you can see I've gotten all the rust off, but now I've got this kind of pattern where the rust was. Some people give their knives a patina, which I tried with another knife and it didn't work out so good, but basically what you do is try to get a really even coat of actually you would say rust or oxidation on your knife, and that protects it from further rust. People oil knives too and things like that, but the biggest thing is you don't cut something wet with it and then put it back in your sheath, which is what I did. Okay, let's get something to buff it with now. Okay, we've got some buffing compound here, although this looks kind of old. This was in a kit I bought. I might use this instead. Here's some little newer, this is Tripoli compound. I don't know why it's called that, but that's what they call it. It's a very fine. Now we'll switch out to a buffing wheel as well. A friend who made a knife from scratch, and all he had was a Dremel tool. He said he went through a lot of these attachments, which I can believe. Okay, so let's see, let's make a buffing wheel. Well, here's the finished results. Unfortunately, the Tripoli left kind of a black residue on the knife, but I guess I'm not going to worry about that because I think that's going to come off as I use the knife. But we got all the rust off, we're back to normal again. So the lesson here I learned is never put a wet knife away if it's high carbon steel.